What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P2F, and welcome to another Inazuma 11 Victory Road video. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 gameplay tips you can use to help yourself win more games in Victory Road. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. It's great to be building a community of people who love Inazuma 11. I'm planning on doing loads of tournaments and stuff like that in the future. We did some mini ones on stream yesterday, which I will be posting to highlight videos. So if you want to be involved in this type of stuff, make sure you join the Discord in the description. Let's get straight into these tips. Okay, guys, so for the first tip, we're going to be going over golden ball. So I was streaming yesterday, and a lot of people didn't understand what the golden ball mechanic when I was using it was. So what the golden ball mechanic is, it only works for hero players. Whenever you win a defensive tension battle with a hero player, the ball is going to start glowing gold for a few seconds. So what does this mean? So when you have the golden ball effect, any pass you make across the pitch cannot be intercepted. So if you say win a focus battle in defense with a hero, and then you do a giant lob up to your forward and they're being marked, the golden ball is just going to fly straight through the defender and to your player. So this can be really useful in online rank matches, and it's also a reason I would not recommend playing your heroes in the forward position. You can use forward heroes, but at least put them in midfield or like a CDM position so you can take advantage of golden ball at all times. Okay, guys, for the next tip, this one's going to be to do with Chronicle mode, and this has just come out in the newest patch 1.3.4. So what this does is we've had a new setting added. So if you come into the options, game settings, and scroll down to the bottom, we're going to have high-speed commander mode. So this is going to make it a lot quicker. Matches when you have commander mode on, the game's going to go quicker. So I'm going to go into a Chronicle mode game to show you guys an example of this. So as you can see, guys, now we're in commander mode and the game is running at 2 times speed. So the new update that's coming that's going to let us skip games after 4 goals isn't out yet, but we have been given this cool little 2 times commander mode speed. So this could be a lot quicker for farming, etc. Like, you might not get as many per run in terms of drops because, you know, the AI don't do as well. But especially if you score the first few goals and then put the game into commander mode, you're going to be able to play through games much quicker. So this is a great quality of life feature. It's not a straight up gameplay tip, but this is gameplay. It's making the gameplay 2 times quick. So I thought I'd add this one because it's just been added and a lot of people don't know about it. Okay, guys, so for the next tip, I'm going to be going over a feature I feel like a lot of people don't know about. So there's a feature that you can use to make your moves cost less tension and to get more attack power. So I'm going to show you guys how to set it up. The best way to do this is to start from defense. So you can see I'm in a tension battle here with Techical. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to use a dribbling move. You could also be using a defensive move as a defender to start this off, but I'm going to be using a dribbling move here. I'm going to use Ball of Lightning on Kinniker. So as you can see now, we've got technical combo 1. It says it at the bottom. So now what we need to do is we need to get in another battle and we need to use another haste. So I'm going to use Southern Cross here with Hirito. And next we're going to pass over Scoinger here, get in another tension battle. And here we're going to use Heat Tackle. So you can see now we have a technical combo of 3, right? What does this mean? It means all our Hisatsus are going to cost way less to use, and we're going to get a big shot boost. So I'm going to use Meteoric Fire Tornado here. Over to Bylong. Now you see, even though we had pretty much no tension, we can still use both of the hisses here. This is because we have the free chain. It does count to both players in your shot chain. If you lose possession, this technical combo will reset back to 0, so you have to keep possession, and 3 is the highest you can go. But you're going to get a big, nice boost. As you can see there, it's a technical combo. I'll show you guys that a bit bigger on the screen. That's giving us a shot boost, and it also meant we could use 2 Hisatsus with no tension. So this is a great one to use in your rank matches if you're coming from the back of the pitch and trying to get your technical combo up. If the technical combo is 2, you're still going to get a boost, just not as much. So make sure you're using this one in your rank games to take advantage of it and get past people and get loads of goals. Okay, guys, so for the next one, this isn't directly a gameplay tip, but it's going to help your gameplay a lot. And I haven't put this in a video yet because I just assumed that most people would know about it. But when I was streaming yesterday, a lot of people were saying, how do I upgrade special moves, etc, etc. So I'm going to show you guys an example of how I upgraded my special moves, and I'm going to show you where you can get a load of copies of special moves without having to farm a load of Chronicle. So if we look at my Hakiru here, you see we've got White Hurricane L3. So how do we get this right? So what you have to do is you have to put multiple copies of the same ability in different slots, right? So this is his default one. Bylong already has White Hurricane, but for all of these other slots, I had to put one in manually. So as we can see here, I've got a Strong Punch here. So I can change to special move in the Hyper slot. And then we just look for the move. White Hurricane. And as you see now, it's gone to L4. So you might be wondering, what's the difference between the normal slots and the special slots like these ones? So this slot is a slot where you could have like a hyper evolution, for example. So you put a Keshin on, a Miximax, etc. But if we put a move on here instead, then what's going to happen is slots on the character that would previously be for dribble, etc. only, you can now put a move on them too and get it to the highest level. I personally don't recommend doing this. I feel like you're better off just having like a dribble on your forward as well. But that's what hyper evolution does in this slot. The special slot is going to mean that any slot you can now put your shot on as well. So this is something to keep in mind while upgrading your shots. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can actually get new shots. So there's quite a few different ways we can get new Hisatsu techniques. This isn't just shots, by the way, guys. This works for any type of move. So if you put a dribbling move in the special slot, then other slots would then be allowed more copies of the dribbling move. Of course, we can get shots from the VS shop here, the Chronicle shop. All these can drop them, right? But the best way and the most cost efficient and least cost is in story mode. So I'm going to head in story mode and show you guys the locations where you can get them. So here's the first one, magic moves. There's loads of shots in here. As you can see, a lot of people always ask me where I get my shots. Most of my shots have come from story mode. Like, you are going to be able to get a lot from Chronicle mode once you finish that. But just by completing the story, you get access to loads of shots. As you see, White Hurricanes right here. A lot of people ask me where I get White Hurricane. This shop's going to tend to have more shots from previous games, right? Whereas if we head onto the map and go to any training area, I'm going to go to Cove Beach because it's close. And we come to a training spot right here. We can then come to the special training booth. And you're also able to buy shots here. But most of the shots in here are more shots from Victory Road. There is some other shots in there, but once you complete the story, a lot of Victory Road shots are going to appear in here. So make sure you come check this one out. As you can see, meteoric, fire, and tornadoes right here. So that's how you get them. Again, once you get them, when you want to upgrade your character, for example, for Hakiru, you're going to have to use the item called New Possibilities. So, for example, if I wanted to overwrite this slot and put a different move on it, I'd use one of these New Possibilities. And then after that, the slot can be changed whenever on a permanent basis. New Possibilities are quite hard to get. You can get like 20 during the story mode from the Magic Move Shop. Once you get to about Chapter 7, they will unlock in the Magic Move Shop, which is the same place we just were here. You can see you come to the right and you can buy them here. And then once you've finished the next like story chapter, you'll be able to buy another 10. So you can only get 20 from story. So New Possibilities are going to be really hard to get right now. I'll now cover the other ways you can get them. So another way to get New Possibilities, if we come in the BB Stadium, you have campaigns, right? I've already started a campaign here. I'm going to stay start new game and delete that one. How Battle Way works is you do a campaign, you have to play, as you can see, these matches in a row, and you'll be guaranteed to get one of the New Possibilities after completing one of these. Another way you can get them is just rare drops from chests. So yeah, don't use your New Possibilities on players with bad passives. But if you do want to change and get hyper moves and evolve a move, this is the way to go. Okay, guys, so for the final tip, I'm going to be talking about counter-shotting versus defensive moves like shot blocks and what my opinion is on it. So in your defense block, you'll know shot blocks are really important. A shot block, if you guys don't know, Goopy Goopy Goo here is a good example of one. As you can see, it's got this little brick thing next to it, which means it's a shot block. What this means is if your player gets in front of a shot, then they're going to have a chance to use a shot block to either lower the power of the attack or stop it. A lot of people know this, right? But one thing that people don't think about is you could also do the same thing with counter shots, right? But what I've seen a lot of people doing is just throwing a counter shot on the defender. As you can see here, I've got one on Kineko, the Atomic Flare. But the problem with this is if your player doesn't have a very high kick and control stat, then the counter shot's not very likely to actually work. It'll just work more like a shot block and take a bit of the power off the shot. So one thing that a lot of people are doing, and I've seen it online, that I can recommend is if you have a really good forward that's a hero and you're trying to use them for the golden ball, for example, you want to have them further back, right? So they can use that golden ball. So say I was using Gran, for example, he does have Meteor Blade, which is a counter shot, and he also has very high kick and control stats. So if I'm playing my Gran further back, maybe not in the back slot, but in this back area, then he's going to have the Meteor Blade. And the difference between having a counter shot on one of these characters, for example, and on Gran is that he actually has a lot of power on his kicks. So he's got way more chance to be able to turn that shot around and get a crazy goal. So I would recommend having a mix of both of these. But again, don't go throwing counter shots on players with really terrible control stats because they're not going to have enough power to stop the majority of shots anyway, and you'd be much better off using a shot block. I just wanted to cover this one quickly because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, just put counter shots on your defenders. But if your defenders are built for the counter shots, then it's going to be absolutely useless. So that's just something to keep in mind. But anyway, guys, this has been a quick 5 tips video. These are one of the most in-depth tips, and I'm going to have full guides on the majority of things covered in this video. The passive guides are coming soon, guys. I just really don't want to just copy other people's videos or just push out a passive guide. I want to get my team sorted first, and then I'm going to do a video for every team type, so rough play, tension, etc. I'm going to be doing a video where I cover how I built the team, what steps I took, and the final result. So look forward to that, guys. I'll see you next time.